What if we called it Freak Saw Man? And literally nothing changed. What's up, guys? That guy with a pencil here. Fun fact, I do been to. What do I hit? Okay, actually, I don't know why I started doing that. I don't know why I do it. I don't know why I just randomly hit the meanest Chewbacca right at the start whenever I go to grab the sword. I don't get it. Like, what's the correlation? I don't even know what caused that. Like, typically I have reason behind the insane things I do. Even though I know that doesn't sound a lot, but I actually don't know why I do that. I mean, I like that I can hit the Chewbacca, but that's like such a random thing. Chewbacca doesn't wield a sword. Like, I don't get the I guess it's probably just to fill like the empty space of me going to grab the sword, because I should just have the sword at closer hand every single time I start recording, because I know I'm about to start recording and I need the sword. But like, I don't know. Like, I can't fully rationalize this. And if you couldn't tell, yes, I am trying to stall. Like, I looked at the first page. This is chainsaw. I can't avoid it. It's fate. It's destiny. You know I have it on me. You know I keep it on me at all times. I wasn't lying. And, you know, I know she's legit just in his lap, and I know they're both, you know, like, is Asa consenting? Does this count? In fact, hold on a second. Hold on. I got the Googler on me this time. Wait a minute. Asa, Chainsaw Man. How old is Asa? I know Denji's an adult by the timeline. How old is Asa? I just put an S. Chainsaw Man. Asa Mitaka. How old is she? Do we just not know? Obviously, she's alive. Okay, I guess we just don't know, or at least the wiki isn't telling me. High school student. So I was about to say, I know they're two fully consenting adults, but Denji, he's kind of consenting, as in he's down for it. I don't think Asa's consenting at all. And like, technically Yoru's an adult. I don't know. There's no clean way to go about this. And there's nothing I can do to really fight this. Because it's too late, we're here. So let's not waste any more time. And let's hop into chapter 193 of Chainsaw Man, which is known as Burning Kiss. But you know what I do like? I still don't really like this. But as someone pointed out so beautifully in last week's comment section, this is most likely Asa's way of doing two things at the same time. One, just genuinely dealing with her strange, weirdly human feelings for Denji. Obviously, this is probably the first time that Yoru, very specifically, has felt any sort of, like, positive romantic emotions, and she just has no idea how to express them. So she's doing it in her own way. And her own way is being freaky, because, you know, she's a D. She doesn't have one as far as we know, but she's a D. And with that being the case, there's also the idea that she's trying to get Denji to get more and more and more D-like, essentially. Because sure, he's Chainsaw Man, he's a hybrid, he has Pochita inside of him, but still Denji's human. And slowly but surely we've seen Denji, step by step, bit by bit, piece by piece, start to care less and less really about humanity, and more so chase the thrill of life. And especially considering the aging arc literally was pushed towards its conclusion by Denji being like, I don't really care. I'm the main character in a manga by Tatsuki Fujimoto. I am here to suffer. I'ma just live while I can, though. It's clear that his mentality and his care for what would have been the original sacred things in life, including life itself, is kind of just... And Yoru is essentially encouraging that by having him solely base all his attachment on her now. Where before he may have had Nayuta to possibly guide him in a different direction, she's gone. Head literally on a platter. Obviously, public safety, very specifically Yoshida and Fumiko, don't really care about the guy. And also don't really have any capacity to stop Yoru from enacting her plan, subconscious or not. And he literally has no one else. So essentially, it's weird to say adopting because of the whole weird freaky context behind their relationship, but like, she's just getting him more and more and more and more and more accustomed to what her desires are. and what she wants, of course, by directly manipulating his desires. And is it freaky? Absolutely. But at the same time, Denji just ain't gonna learn. It just seems like learning his lesson about trusting these strange, inhuman women. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not in his genes. And like, hey, you know, it's not like he ever did have a traditional like childhood or raising or anything like that. It's not like he knows to avoid stuff like this. And heck, I know people in real life. Admittedly, they are not the literal incarnations of war possessing some random poor woman, but I know homies in real life. I've seen it. I've been in the scenario where I'm like, gang, this is not a wise choice you're about to make. That woman is likely going to do unspeakable horrors to you. And I am not following you to whatever cave she takes you to. So I just recommend you don't do it, as clearly this does not seem to be a healthy scenario for either of you. And then they do it anyway. And I'm like, I did my best, because I sure didn't follow. But essentially, I know a lot of people like toxic women. Extremely toxic women. They're into it. So like, Denji's probably just down for it. Of course, is Yoru really a woman? I mean, like, in a like a physical sense, yes. And seemingly enough, like, biologically, all the horsemen are female. Except they keep calling even Death, who hasn't incarnated yet, big sis. But like, really, shouldn't be doing this, Denji, but enough stalling. Thank you for the person who left that comment and that interpretation of it. It does make sense. And let's get into some voice acting. I'm sorry, I'm trying to avoid it so hard. You poor man. Huh? Your family's been slain. Oh, you're a slave to your freak drive. Oh, you got beaten to a pulp. Oh. You know, I saw people. They're clipping stuff. And I get more and more scared the more and more. I'll admit, I've had the stream set up ready for a while now. I'm scared. I'm horrified. I'm genuinely worried. And, you know, I commit to the bit real hard, but now I'm scared. I'm scared. I know she's just grinding. I see the motion lines. But, like, because we've gotten real freaky. Especially in part 2. Like, I'll admit, part 1, it got freaky in, like, the actual, like, oh, man, this is actually psychologically unnerving part. But there's definitely also, like, there's just the regular freak stuff. But, like, we got real freaky. Not even, 20 chapters ago? When did he bust on her hand? Like, that wasn't even 20 chapters ago. We've gotten freaky. So, like, I'm genuinely concerned to turn this page. This is only a 16-page chapter. And which in reality means, I think it's a 14-page chapter. So this is going to be a nice and short chapter. I'm still scared. I'm so scared. But what does fear do but hold us back from our destiny? So let's keep moving forward. Oh, okay. I mean, still, I'm not the excess of freak. And even though I'm going to turn you into a weapon, you're like putty in my hands, because I'm the only one who's nice to you. And obviously, art imitates life, but this is like, now admittedly, I wasn't there for this case, but I've heard stuff like this. Like, so one of my homies will tell me, yo, she literally said she was gonna ruin my life, and I was like, but you stuck around? But you listen, like you knew you were being gaslit, gatekept, and girl bossed, and you stuck around, and they'd be like, yeah, and I'd be like, why are you telling me this? And they're like, I need pity, and I'm like, you're not getting pity from me, bro. You're getting insulted. You're getting degraded. But then again, maybe I don't even want to do that because clearly you're into that. So I don't want to be a part of that. I want to feed your sick, twisted fantasies. Get away from me. But she's right. She's not even wrong. And like, admittedly, I get why people don't like Denji. Like, not people. Denji's a very beloved main character. I would say that on a macro scale, Denji's rather beloved. But I get why a lot of people do not like the character. Because he doesn't learn. He doesn't learn. And like, whenever he does seem to learn, he immediately backtracks. And I get it, right? Notably, that's honestly, it's weird to say, it's very human writing. Like, I've learned many lessons in my life. And I have stumbled straight down those paths anyway that I've walked down before and stumbled into again. Like, I have my own... Do you know how many times I've, like, risked the biscuit on, like, getting an upload done? Even though I knew I had time earlier to do it, but I was like, oh, it's fine, I'll figure it out later. And then I'm in the same scenario. I'm getting better at that now. I'm bulk recording, I'm pre-recording. There's still like 4 videos that aren't going to come out for like a week that I've done. But I should have like 50 videos done. I literally had, fun fact, let me break meta a little bit. For at least the reaction videos, and even my own video, I have like a whole Google Doc of videos I can do, and I know I can do, and they'll be like 15 minutes each, so I can just bang those out. I just haven't sat down and done that yet. And then I have like a whole playlist called literally React to This. It is like 50 plus videos long. Now, of course, with the way I yap, those videos will end up being like an hour each. Because I hate not being transformative, and also I just like the app. But, I mean, so that's there. That's been there for a while. It's been at like 30 plus videos for like a year now. I haven't reacted to some videos that are on that list for like forever ago. So like, I just do have the issue. So don't get me wrong. I do believe that Denji's inability to learn a solid lesson and like have the ability to move forward, I get that. That's very human. There are probably lessons. There's no perfect human out there. And thusly, there are lessons that people have learned and that they still relapse into. So it is solid writing in that sense. But, like, I don't blame people for looking at Denji fall for the same okie doke over and over and over and over and over again. And get gaslit, gatekept, and girl bossed with barely any effort over and over and over again. And be like, it's whack. I don't like this guy. I get it. Even if I'm... Because I can't even say I'm fine. I do like Denji. But I will flat out say this. He's not necessarily one of my favorite new gen protagonists. Mainly because, I don't know, despite me understanding and respecting the quality of the writing, that it's not even simple. It's very human to have a character, especially with Denji's circumstances and background, relapse over and over and over again and fall to instincts, as he was literally forced to survive on those instincts for the majority of his life. And every single time he was put in a scenario where his instincts could have been tempered into something more rational, it was immediately taken away from him. If not immediately, it was used against him, so he would fall further back into his instincts. Like, all of part 1, or pretty much every single interaction he's had with Yoru in part 2. Like, it's legit just that. But, like, character regression is fine. But I do still love me some character progress. And Denji, like, he's better. But you know what? It's not even that he's really developed. It's that he's kind of more aware. But the issue is, he says he's more aware, but falls for the same things. You see this, like, it's like someone telling you, oh yeah, I know there's a pothole on that street, and then they drive down that street and bang their car up on the pothole, then come back. Like, you look at them, they know what the issue was, and they bang their car up anyway. It's like something you just want to reach to the screen, just, but let's see. And she gave him a kiss. Once again, Not peak freak. This is changing. We've gotten freakier, but we're only on page 2. So let's once again gingerly. I'm hovering my finger over the arrow key with fear. Let's see. I like that pitiful look of yours. You know, okay. I'm gonna give once again because this is a short chapter, so I feel like I can yap a little bit extra without having to worry about it. I don't know what gave her the vibe that I would have leaned in rock with that, but like. I've actually heard that. No, you're not pitiful. You look so solemn. I like that. I was like, why? What? And admittedly, I don't blame her for assuming that because this is my neutral face. Like that is what I look like 99.9% of the time. I'm very active and expressive in videos because I'm talking about things that I like, but like, 9 out of 10 times, I guess I do look rather solemn, but literally telling me, oh, you look solemn. I like that. You want me to be sad. Like, at the moment, I was just straight sitting. I was sitting down after eating, so I was like straight elevator music, but I was like, that is concerning. No, I don't like that. Now, please stay away from me more. I don't get it. I mean, you're into what you're into. If you like your partner's sad and depressed, go find them. They're out there, I guess. But, like, darn. I don't like being sad and depressed. Even if I look at 99% of the time. It's just because I have a really bad resting face. I know that, like, I have friends whose resting faces are like this is their base. Like, they're always smiling. I respect that. They're very approachable, very calm, but it is very hard to tell when something's wrong because their resting face still is smiling. You have to look into their eyes and be like, there are no crinkles. Something's wrong with you. And then you have to check in. But as a person with a bad resting face, it is rough. People always either assume you're angry, you're sad, or you're very solemn. I like that in my manner. What? Let's see. I want you to be even more pitiful, which makes me feel sorry for you. So that part of me wants to cheer you up. Oh, see, like, this is the thing. I do agree. When they put it perfectly in that comment. I think she is genuinely just confused. Like, because it's not in their nature to, like, feel love and stuff like that. I want you to be even more pitiful, which makes me feel sorry for you. So part of me... So, like... So that's the thing. She's experiencing complex emotions. Where, like, she does want him to feel worse and more reliant on her for happiness. But at the same time, she's like, I don't like how that makes me feel. Which, once again, I'm not sure. Because especially considering Yoru has become more and more of the character, and Asa has definitely shifted further and further into the background. It's hard to tell how much of any of this at all can even be blamed on Asa and her perception of Denji. Like, is the part that feels sorry for her actually Yoru feeling sorry for her, or is it Asa feeling sorry for Denji? I don't know. But once again, it feels like Asa's barely a character at this point, so maybe it flat out is just straight up Yoru, which is interesting. And that's the thing. I'll admit, just like I like Aging's character a whole lot and their, like, development, quote unquote, in the Aging arc, I am really liking Yoru's development as a character. Went from a character who I was like, interesting. We'll see how it goes. To a character I do really like. Let's see. You have a way with words, Denji. Let's see. I'm not gonna move too much. Because last time I moved too much, I threw my mic on the ground. Why are you here? Why are you here? There was a sock on my... I don't know what... I thought I had folded all of you. Get in there. But... I'm trying to think. When I was Denji, because Denji, I believe he's either 18, 19... I don't think he's 20. I think he's just a late teenager. Like... Even at my... Like, I don't know. Even at peak down badness... Though, admittedly, I think my down badness was even younger than that. Like, hormones hit me like a truck. But even then, like, at my peak down badness, I don't think I, like, if I... But I guess because I've always had a stronger sense of self because of how I was raised. That's the thing. I've had a relatively solid sense, or even if I admit that my sense of self was wrong or skewed in some way, I always had a relatively solid sense of self and a sense of pride where, like, I just wouldn't do certain things. Like, I've seen a lot of people do strange things for validation. And I've always been like, that's kind of weirdo behavior, brother. I wouldn't have done that. And I've seen people drink things they didn't want to drink, eat things they didn't want to eat, do things they didn't want to do for the sake of validation. And hey, you know, I do fun stuff all the time. But I don't know, like, it was clear that they were only doing it because it would have made people like them. And I've never really been that kind of guy. So, like, even at, like, peak down badness, if something like this, if I was somehow in this scenario, I don't think I'd be this bad, but who knows? My memory sucks, so maybe I would be exactly Denji. No. There we go. What? Why not? Because you're more pitiful if I refuse. Do you hate me or something? He's not listening to a word she's saying, dog. There's no head. His head may be worse than empty. I think his head is straight blank, dog. He's not. Nothing's clicking up there. His synapses, they're on, maybe, but nothing's firing in his brain. Asa likes you. You do too, Yoru. Come on now. But yeah, we've been known that. It looks like Denji is figuring it out. You know what? That's the one. I'll give Denji one. I can relate to that. I can relate to being especially dense. Like, and you know, maybe just because, like, for the longest time, it didn't happen, or B, I was like, nah. I never thought of it, but I still remember, like, the first time I was told, oh, hey, by the way, so-and-so likes you. And it was by one of her friends. I was like, really? You could have, like, I think I literally said, I forget exactly what it said, but I think I said something along the lines like, you could have fooled me. I just didn't get it. And then, like, really? She was being so obvious about it. I was like, what is obvious? And then, like, in retrospect, it actually was kind of obvious. But, like, still, I didn't get it at the time. I just didn't click because it just wasn't something that fired off in my brain like that. So I do get it. And plus, like, Denji and his interaction with Asa, I feel like, maybe I'm just not remembering, but I feel like they have been kind of limited. So I understand why he doesn't really fully comprehend it. And since we share a brain, I like you too. Aw. But I think it is more than that, Yoru. I think it is more just like more than sharing a brain. Though that obviously wouldn't help. But clearly sharing a brain hasn't made Asa more particularly bloodlusted or desiring conflict. And vice versa. Asa being inside you or sharing the same brain with her hasn't necessarily made you more passive. You're still a D at your core. So like I don't know, Yoru. I think it's more I think you just got the hots for him. And I still do genuinely think, speaking of the freak, I do genuinely think she has a thing for Chainsaw Man. Like, Pochita. Obviously, Pochita's like a dog, but like, it's weird. But like, once again, I think there is some, like, freaky kind of admiration to it. I think Yoru's a freak. Like, clearly. So, I think she respects the fact that he was able to beat her, quote unquote, even though he did end up losing that fight and get reduced to, like, the tiny Pochita form we see. But essentially, he was able to dismember her, take some of her kids away, like limit her strength drastically, and I think a part of her is into that. I think a part of her is wholesale into that. So combining that with Denji's connection to Pochita, plus Asa's desire for Denji, and all the already weird, freaky feelings that Yoru probably doesn't fully understand, yeah, it makes sense that there's this like weird medley of freaky information flowing through their veins. Let's see. Ugh. What? You like me? Yep, lucky you. I don't like. If an eldritch being said they like me, what would I feel about that? Then again, I need way more. I'm trying to think. Well, like how? But I don't blame it for going quiet. Like, how would you respond to that? Like, I actually don't know. I think like I'd be like a pseudo eldritch being in this case. Like if currently an eldritch being was like you. I like you. I'd be like, thanks. Please don't eradicate me. I guess. But if I like, but I guess I'd have like I don't know. It'd be weird. It would just be strange. But let's see. What does Denji have to say? Oh no! I'm turning into Yoru. I'm laughing. Oh, that's bad. Let's see. Hey, if you're going to cry, let me watch. Yeah. She's a freak. She's a tad freak. Let's see. Aw. Did he get? You know, because that's the thing. We haven't talked about it, but he never really did get over Rize, did he? he never addressed that, as far as we know. Like, I think, did he even think back to her? Notably, no. In the Asian arc, he didn't even think back to Rize. And I know a lot of people were definitely waiting for her reappearance ever since Quan Chi reappeared, and it was established that all the hybrids could come back. We saw Katana Man and stuff like that. But, would that be the case? This is technically the first time, outside of, like, direct well, then again, Rize was also gaslighting, manipulating him too, initially according to the mission, but then she developed genuine feelings for him. But this is the first time since then he's had, like, someone genuinely admit mutual affection. And, like, obviously, you did have the little, like, date that he had with Asa previously. But even then, that was probably, like, before more feelings developed and more, like, interpersonal bonds. So, realistically now, like, it's him like, oh, man, I can be loved. Even if it is by eldritch monsters and women I barely know. And hey, I mean, the first time, admittedly, the first time you find out someone likes you, unless you've always been like that. I know some of y'all in the comments, some of y'all always been like that. It does get hit different. It does hit different, especially when you're not used to that. It's like, I didn't know that was meta. I didn't know people could do that. Let's see. I'm so glad there's somebody who still likes me. No. Well, she probably likes you, like, maybe he misinterpreted that, but it's also romantically. But, yeah, they're very... Denji, you got nothing, dog. And that's the thing, even to some degree, even if it is, like, character regression or side regression or Denji relapsing or anything like that, he has a real rough life, alright? So, I get it. You latch onto affection anywhere you can get it. Especially, like, I say it all the time, humans are very, oh yeah, okay, it is that. Of very social creatures. Like, we definitely are codependent as a species. It's why you gotta drive somebody insane, lock them away from all human contact for a while. They'll go nuts soon enough. Solitary confinement is the worst. Like, people think taking somebody's life is the worst punishment you can give them. No! That's taking their life. Lock them alone. For a while. A long while. That's the worst punishment you could give somebody. But, yeah. If there's any character who earns their consistent character regression and lack of willingness to recognize very dangerous and very unhealthy scenarios they're in, Yeah, it's probably Denji. Let's see. I'm so glad there's somebody who still likes me. Unfortunately, Denji, she still wants to weapon you. Obviously, your name's on the manga, so she won't. But like, and that's the strange thing, right? Like, Denji's safe. Like, there's no way this ends. I mean, maybe if the series ends with Denji's death, that's one thing. But like, as long as the series is still going on, Denji's gonna be completely fine and corporeal. But he doesn't know that. Well, then again, he once again, in a weird way during the aging arc, he did sort of acknowledge his main characterness. Like, I'm just gonna keep living. So maybe he does know. You poor thing. Yeah, I mean, it'd be weird. Like, I'm trying to think. Yeah, like, sharing a body would be strange. Sharing a body would be strange. Especially, like, if I just wasn't used to feeling those. Like, I'm trying to think. What's an emotion I typically don't feel? And then, because, like, I can't say I haven't felt love. I don't think, like, pure, strong, deep Disney love. I don't think I've ever felt that. But, like, I have definitely felt, like, desire and love and care for people before. So I can't really use that one. I felt fear before. I felt legendary amounts of fear before. So I can't say that one. Even, like, admittedly, I haven't felt it in a while. Like, literally, it's darn near been a decade since I've been, like, truly, genuinely raw angry. So, like, I guess maybe that one. If someone felt, like, an extreme vitriolic hatred towards somebody, and I shared a body with them, I guess I would also kind of be, like, weirdly confused by those feelings just because I haven't felt them in a long time. So, this like, strange reaction where you're always like, I like that you're pathetic, but I feel bad that you're pathetic. So let me help you by hit you with a fiery kiss, I guess. I don't know. It's strange. But that's the thing. That's the one thing I'll give Fujimoto. He creates these very interesting, like, character setups and, like, existences that makes me genuinely, like, sit back and reflect as a person. Like, man, how would I react in this scenario? What would my thought process be, or lack thereof? Like, what? And speaking of synapses and firing, what synapses in my own brain would fire versus not fire if put into this specific kind of scenario? So it is something of interest. Hold on, let me take you off and slide you back on here. I cannot have you perishing. Let's see. And they got not freaky, romantic. Depending on who you ask, though, it is freaky. Let's see. Okay, and we're getting freaky. See, I'm scared. Because, like, the reason, like, and it really depends how long you've been around, how long you've been watching the Chainsaw Man reviews. If you remember, there was a large section of time where I just, like, stopped covering Chainsaw Man, and I was like, it's because week by week it was getting too freaky. I remember I recorded, I forget which chapter number it was, but I recorded a review, and I sat there. I did it. It was like a full, like, 35-minute review, and I was like, no, I can't post this in the channel. I can't post it. There's no way I can dance around this. So I'm hoping it doesn't ever get to that level of freak again. So we'll see. Tongue, biting lip. We can't do this. We can't do this. We can't do this. No, we ain't. We aren't gonna do this, right? If I turn this page, what page am I on? We're in the show. We can't do this. We can't. There are 3 pages left. We can't. Y'all, I'm scared. I saw a mutual of mine cover this on their channel. I didn't look at their full video because I didn't want to spoil myself, but they talked about it. So, like, it must be, again, they may not have shown it. I'm so scared to turn this page. And if you're wondering, because I know some people actually consider don't like the videos, completely understand putting me on the background. Here's the text bubble. Are you dead set on getting freaky? And Denji heavily nods. He actually has motion blur on his face. Okay. Yoru can't. Uh-oh. Did my camera... What happened? Oh no, my camera's live. maybe I really should do... Oh no. Oh, what's happening? OBS, are you good? Alright, sorry. Extreme lag. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 5, 5, 5, 5, 3, 2, 5. Alright. I don't know what... the computer, like, in my computer, the CPU is running pretty low right now. Like, it's not going crazy. I don't know what caused that. Let's see. Okay. I'm going to turn this page. And if it gets horrifically freaky, I'm ending the review. I'm ending the review. Or editing me, prepare to wake up. Editing me, we are at 29 minutes and 45 seconds. Oh, okay. I mean, not okay. Not okay at all. But, like, because once again, I'm not sure if Asa consents to any of this. Like, she may not want to go that far, even for this win condition, but, like, at least it's not this chapter. Defeat my big sister, the Death D, and I'll get freaky with you. I mean, you know, nothing crazy. Just defeating the most powerful character in this universe, presumably. Alright. Sounds legit. Let's see. Huh? If you fail, I'll turn you into a weapon. And wait, you aren't gonna double team her? Whoa, pause. Boss! But like, well, actually, no, not pause. That's fine. But like, y'all aren't gonna team up on her? Y'all gonna run the ones? What is this, Dragon Ball? Like, y'all are not, you should jump her. But alright, if you fail, I'll turn you into a weapon and beat her myself. Yoru, I don't think you're built like that. Yoru, you couldn't beat aging. Aging. You're not beating death. I'm sorry. But alright. Alright. W chapter. This went on way longer than I should. This should be like a 20-minute review. Why did I have to take extra more minutes? But like, alright. It didn't get as horrifically freaky as I thought. I thought I was gonna have to like just chop the back end of the chapter off. But no, it ended up relatively freaky just fine. But alright. It's nice. It's nice seeing Asa, or no, it's nice seeing Yoru admit it. Admittedly, if she's doing this entirely against Asa's consent, clearly. But like, it's nice to see Yoru admit her feelings for Denji, even if she does blame it on, oh, you know, it's just that stupid girl's fault that I like you. She's admitting that she does, and like, they share the same, she's giving an excuse essentially, but she's admitting directly to Denji that she likes him. She's admitting the fact that she has these weird conflicted feelings about Denji, which she shouldn't really be feeling as a D. And this, ironically enough, we were talking in the start of the review about how Yoru's doing everything in her power to make Denji more D-like, making him more and more susceptible to manipulations and obviously becoming her weapon and all that. But clearly, Denji's having, thanks to Asa, even if she's not being an active character, due to her feelings and due to Denji's own reactions and his own human nature, even if it's becoming more D-like, he's incidentally and accidentally turning Yoru more human. And presumably, it'll be finding that fine line, finding that balance between humanity and the Ds that will allow them to properly actually defeat the Death D, if I'm presuming anything. And, like, finding the balance between the two species. Because obviously, one cannot exist without the other in the sense that Ds are literally formed from human fears, but also, no, really, it is just that. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. But, a W chapter. If you made it all the way to this video, please leave Freakathon. Freakathon. I hope we're not going to get it freaky anytime soon. But leave Freakathon in the comment section down below. And thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure to notifications so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also do have a Patreon down below where you support me for as low as $1 a month. Things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. You also now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include the live reactions of this year's item to review, ad-free variations of all my videos, and if you become a $25 patron or a $25 member, you can order whatever video you want. Also do a link to my Ko-Fi in the description down below. You drop 5 beans for a short video, 25 beans a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always really appreciated. Now, I'd like to thank you so much for watching. Once again, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is That Guy with a Pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Greyhound, Eternal Flame, Red Wolf 4765, Astro, Super Flame Zero, Glacier, XZ, G Prosper, Zeta, and Brandon Payne. Then I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons: Sean, Midnight Lord 21, Kevin, Encarnacion, and A+A. And then I'd like to give a huge thank you to our Ink tier members: Fine, Austin Wimberly, Euchiha, Yuki Ally, and Carlo Alaimo. Then I'd like to give a gargantuan thank you to our digital art tier members, J Warrior and AZ Void. Then I'd like to give another gargantuan thank you to our colored art tier patrons, Waki Minoz, and Idemokami. Then I'd like to give a final legendary top of the line thank you to our That Guy with a Pencil tier patron, the glorious king, Calvin Elder.